Okay, we're rolling.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I think you know that I am Leonard Peikoff, and I'm recording this brief greeting to you about 3 weeks before you are hearing it. My reason for being unable to be present myself with you is health. Don't draw conclusions from that I'm about to die. I don't think that's true. But I have uneven days of good health and bad health, strong and weak, and I don't make a commitment anymore to a serious event because I don't know which of the days it will be. I'm sure you know from my podcast that I have retired, and I actually have retired. The last philosophic work I've done is the DIM book and the podcasts. At the present, I am working in fiction, specifically in short stories. I started with the idea of a novel, and then I thought if I could live long enough, that would be a great thing. Unfortunately, the longest lived person in the United States died last year at 114, and I didn't think that gave me enough time, so I decided to confine myself at this point to short stories. I do have to say that there are at present about 80 magazines on the computer or off that publish short stories, and I have submitted different stories to maybe 30 or 40 of them so far, and I have a large file of rejections. And in fact, I'm ready to write a piece on the different kinds of rejections and what it means about the rejectors. But basically, I've had some rejections that say, we really enjoyed reading this, it's an excellent story, it's just too bad we have no space for it. Or the plain perfunctory, your manuscript has been delivered and read, thank you for submitting it. Or, and this one I actually got from Elder Queen's Mystery Magazine, why the hell did you send us something like that? I don't think they used the word hell, but that was the implication. I don't lecture anymore, but I know that you're going to have a great conference. I did lecture for 25 years, I think over 25 years, and I always enjoyed these meetings. And I understand that your theme this time is the Fountainhead, so let me just put a word in there. The Fountainhead was my introduction to Ayn Rand and to objectivism. When I met her, she was just starting part 3 of Atlas, so of course I didn't get to read it until I was already involved with her and objectivism. So my life, in any meaningful sense, began with the Fountainhead. That was my introduction to reality and to objectivism and to Ayn Rand. It's interesting that for a long period in reading Atlas Shrugged, I kept subsuming something in Atlas back to something in the Fountainhead. Ayn Rand would often be there while I was reading some new passage in Atlas Shrugged, and her husband would be there, and I would read something and I would say, oh, this is reading the script of Atlas, and I would say, this is just like such and such in the Fountainhead, and she would smile and she'd say something to her husband like, well, he certainly knows the Fountainhead, but obviously she didn't agree that the two books were on a par, but she was very polite. I began to feel maybe this is a mistake to keep pointing out similarities, but that's what struck me until I finally got to the train ride sequence in Atlas Shrugged. And she said, did you read it? And I said, yes, I get your point. And at that point, I stopped making comparisons. But that still doesn't diminish the Fountainhead in my eyes. I would say the Fountainhead was the explosion in my life that reoriented and made everything possible. So whatever you can get more about that, I wish you the best in that.
You want to introduce her?
Well, yeah, but are you ready?
Yeah.
Oh, Kiki, we needed to take a picture of you. You had to jump right in the way. Wait a minute. All right, you know what? Go up in the bed. Up here. Good dog. Good dog. And this is the king, the queen on her throne. Yeah. Oh, yeah, sweet. Yeah, sweet. Yeah, sweet. Yeah, sweet.
Perfect.
See, you get a picture like that. See. She'll do this for you all day. If you get pictures of it.
May I compliment you on your fashion sense, especially your shoes?
Thank you. Is this being recorded? Yes. That's it.